Well, it was going good.
How about that?
Hey, well, you know what? We got through the opening credits, so at this point, it's a win because that was further than we got yesterday.
But see, you spoke too soon, Bo. You're supposed to say that at the end of the show. That way, nothing wrong is going to go throughout the show today. See, you said
no. See, if I waited till the end of the show, I'd never get to say it.
Well, let's hope fortune is on our side today.
I tell you what, it wasn't on. It wasn't on the Cowboys side yesterday. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm ready for all the crap today.
Did you guys get sent to a different show?
No.
The link you sent me took me to a different show with people I have no idea who the hell they were.
No, it was on purpose.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I literally just went into a show with like two 80-year-olds that were talking boxing.
Good.
And then you popped in on the same link?
And then I clicked out of the link, went back into my email, clicked the same link again, and now I'm here.
Well, there you go. So it's already messed up.
That was a
Bo.
I was going to say you guys aged real quick.
Bo, next time we got to make the hint a little bit stronger. I don't think it was strong enough. Like we got to go full bold on it.
That's right.
But no, Pags, to answer your question, last night was horrible. I agree, man. Cowboys defense, the whole nine.
Even if you take the defense out of it, you turn the ball over 3 times, and you have 3 turnovers on downs. That's Like I don't care how good your team. You could have an amazing team. You're not winning those games.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And and then I just saw this morning where we made a trade. Apparently, we got what's his name, that middle linebacker from Luke, whatever his name is, Wilson or whatever, from the Bengals.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw we pulled that trade.
So
I don't know if that's good or not.
Well, you take players from one bad defense and you put them on another bad defense.
For real. But I mean, the biggest thing is the way Jerry was talking, right?
He made it sound like a
no one player is going to change, whatever. So it sounded like he was going to make some moves, right? You're like, okay, cool. And then to Dustin's point, you're like, oh, cool. We're going to go grab a guy from the next worst defense in the league.
Oh, no, Bo. You grabbed a captain off of the worst.
Hey, captain,
He was our captain. So it's like captain of shit comes over to our team.
Well, at least he'll fit right in. So,
but he didn't just stop there, though, Bo. If you read the full thing, he said we made a trade, and there's possible more trades before the deadline.
Well, he's going to need to make more trades before the deadline because that doesn't move the needle at all.
No, it doesn't. We need an edge. We need corners. You name it.
That's exactly what we're talking about, Brian. It's like if that's the we got a blockbuster type of trade coming, it's like if that was it.
See, maybe if he had both ass cheeks, he would have known that. But he only has one, so he only gets half the info.
But he's still in. Still a catch.
Right.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it was just a bad showing all around. But the other end of that, Arizona kind of has to have a quarterback controversy at this point, right? Because, I mean, Jacoby's looked a lot better than Kyler has. Nothing else about that team has changed.
And that's the thing, though. Is it actually a quarterback controversy, or is it more like you're just riding the hot hand right now?
I think it's a controversy in the way that one of the guys is making a lot of money. And so there's pressure to get him back out there.
Yeah, that way, yeah. But, right, like, all it takes is Jacoby Brissett to have 1 or 2 bad games. And then if he has 2 bad games in a row, then Kyler probably goes back in. It's just the fact that he's playing
Kyler's not healthy, which is why he's not playing.
No, I get that. But if Murray was healthy and they still stuck with Brissett, all it would take for Brissett to, like, get removed is 1 or 2 bad games. I'm like, okay, Murray, you're back in.
See, I don't think Jacoby gets that option. I think they're going to force Kyler back in because he makes money.
Yeah.
And Arizona doesn't always seem to care about winning so much.
So it really makes you wonder is when Kyler's contract comes to an end, are they going to renew or is he just going to be cut?
No, he won't get another contract in Arizona.
So could Brissett then be playing for maybe the opportunity to get it?
Opportunity from somebody else, yes, because Murray's got like 3 years left on his deal. Brissett's only, I think, a 1-year deal this year. So, like, right now, Brissett's potentially auditioning for a job next year, or depending on the situation, who knows? Maybe he gets traded by 3 o'clock today to somebody else that actually needs a quarterback.
No. So they still owe him too much, and they would take too much of a cap hit to move on from him, because I don't honestly think Jacoby's better than Kyler.
No, I don't either.
Right? Like, he's playing in the system better than Kyler, but as far as being an athlete, he's not. So I don't think they move on from him. I mean, unless somebody gave him something crazy, but he's injured and hasn't played great. So it's not like anybody's going to give him good draft stock for Kyler. So I think it probably does play out if he does get traded, it would be in the final year. But I just don't see him getting another contract. And of course, Gannon did say Kyler's our guy. But I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Hard to say, isn't that like a PR thing, or even But that guy, didn't you say that he was thinking about going back to baseball or something at some point?
No.
Is that still a thing?
Before Kyler signed his extension with Arizona, he teased the idea that he was going to go back and play baseball because he knew that he could get more money. But then the Cardinals gave him the contract they gave him. Now he's obviously not going to go back to baseball now.
He wasn't going to go back to baseball anyway.
I mean, I didn't think he was either, but I thought that guy had said something. He saw where he was going to go back.
That was just leaning on a team to give him the money, because at the end of the day, baseball, you're not necessarily making crazy money to start out anyway.
No,
because it's not like you start out in the bigs either. Generally,
like, he has to go back to the minors and work his way up.
Like, your next contracts can get insane, but your first contracts aren't generally like over the top. Exactly. It was a ploy to get money. Like that. That's what it was.
Right.
So yeah, they need to trade a lot of people there, Spence. Like they need to just admit that thing is dysfunctional and blow the thing up. And get some of their cap back, get some trade value, and start over.
They them boys.
They them boys. I mean, it is a two-team race now, though, because the Giants are done, Washington's done.
I think the Cowboys are done. I think the Cowboys are done too. So I think it's just a one-team race.
I mean, I agree, but if there was any team that's even going to try and pretend like they're going to do something, it's got to be the Cowboys, because the Giants are without everybody. Washington just lost their quarterback again, and we saw how bad they are when he's not in.
Right.
So,
do you think that would make for an interesting trade if you want to try to save the season? And you want to maybe try to do that, as we're talking about Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Would you think that might be a worthwhile trade for them?
For Washington?
Yeah.
To bring Kyler Murray to Washington, or to go get Brissett?
No, to try to go get Kyler Murray.
It would make sense because Cliff Kingsbury is the OC. And Cliff Kingsbury was Kyler Murray's head coach a couple years in Arizona when Kyler Murray was actually playing competent football before he got hurt. Like, his best years were with Kingsbury.
So
and they're actually very similar quarterbacks in the way that they play the game in general. So it would make a little bit of sense if you wanted to try to make that play and save your season.
I think
nobody that's far ahead.
I wonder what
now that they lost Latimer, though, I think they're going to just kind of not necessarily chalk it up as a lost season, but now that Latimer's out for the year as well as Jay and Danny's, I think the Commanders are just going to kind of stand pat and be like, it is what it is, just not our year. We'll just come back next year and be better.
Well, especially because you keep having McLaurin come in and out of the lineup too.
McLaurin's missed like 5 games. Debo's missed a couple games. Latimer's out. Daniels has been out 3 games, and now he's out for the rest of the year. Like, this is just one of those years where I think Washington doesn't make a move. They're just going to be like, it's just not our year. It is what it is. We'll just stand pat and come back next year.
So with that dislocated elbow, did they say if he would require Tommy John or any ligament damage, or was it just a dislocation?
I haven't seen the updated.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet. It's supposed to be. You'll probably find out today or tomorrow. They'll probably wait till after the deadline to say anything.
I do like the fit for Kyler there.
I do too.
It could work. I just don't know that you're going to give up the trade value. It'd be interesting to see how much of the.
Actually, I think that the trade value would be really small. I think you could get him for a 5th round pick.
Well, if that's
because
the case,
of the money.
I was going to say, then you're probably assuming most of his contract in that scenario. So then
Right.
I guess I would need to look up exactly what he's owed moving forward.
Right.
But
The real question would be if the Commanders made that move is how long Kyler would even stay healthy on that field. Because his knees and his ankles aren't the greatest anyways, and that field turf is wonderful.
I mean, the field is trash, and it's been trash for 20 plus years. But they don't care about hurting quarterbacks.
They don't.
I mean, so that's not even a thought in their mind. They're just like, oh yeah, he's going to get hurt. Like, it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, if they were to make a move, that one would at least make sense, right?
What would you do with him beyond this year, though? Would you just sign him
Well-
for the rest of this year and then cut him and eat the money, or how would that work then after this year?
Well, the thing is you're assuming the contract, which is why I said you'd have to
How
see
much
what his
longer is that
looks like.
contract? I gotta imagine that's only a couple more years anyway.
I think he's got 3 years left after this year.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. So then it becomes kind of a weird scenario because you get Jaden Daniels back for next year, and you'd have a really expensive backup, or you got to just turn around and try and move him again. So if that's the case, then you hope he balls out.
Yeah, he's on
I
a
mean, you hope he
5.
balls out anyway, right? If you're making that move, but
He's on a 5-year deal that runs through 2028.
Right.
So this is his second year of the 5-year extension. He signed the extension after the 2022 season.
Yeah.
Right. But that being said, it's 160 million guaranteed.
Out of the 230 million, yep.
Once they make that trade, that becomes dead cap money.
Well, the Cardinals might only be on the hook for one more year because it does say the Cardinals have an option.
okay, so there's an out.
There's an out prior to the 2027 season.
See, so in that way, that allows, if they did make that trade, that would allow Washington to restructure that deal because there's an out anyway.
Yep.
So that's where you see things like that Diggs contract where it got grouped into just a 1 year, even though he still had a couple of years left. So because there's an out, there is a restructure option if he gets traded. So, so something like that potentially works.
But it's only $46 million. So, I mean, in the grand, I know it's a lot, but that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things.
It's not when you look at the landscape today.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at. We're talking about the landscape today, not yesterday. So if you were Washington and you wanted to try to save face this season.
He didn't transfer. He was always Google guy. Like, I don't know who you're talking about.
This is what you hear in the background. It's so bad that now Suey says, "Hell with you, stat guy. Leave me alone. I'm tired. I'm tired."
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm over it.
Yeah. I mean, of course we give each other crap. We see each other every day. But yeah, no, it's I mean, that'll be the thing, I guess. If it's only 40, 45, I mean, your average now is 55 for a mid-level guy, really, when you think about it, because you're looking at Tua and Lawrence, Love, like all these guys are making 55. None of them have done anything. I mean, outside of Love, who won a playoff game, but everybody else, I mean, hasn't done anything that's making 55. So if you got him for 45 for 1 year, you had to eat some dead cap. I could see that. I could see that, especially if you could do it with a situation where maybe you give up a fifth that has an escalator, probably. You know, you take over whatever that cap is. You probably need more than that, honestly. But
I mean, the funny thing is, and this is no disrespect to Jaden Daniels because he is a very good quarterback. But the biggest knock on him coming into the NFL last year was his size, and a lot of people thought he was going to have durability issues. But the thing with him is the durability issues he's having are not the issues they thought he was going to have. They thought he was going to be like concussion prone and like a lot of broken bones from kind of the hits that he was going to take because of his small frame. But it's a lot of things that he has no control over. Dislocated elbow, he has no control over that.
Sure.
Sprained knee by slipping on the turf, he has no control over that. So yes, he may have some of those durability issues that people thought he was going to have, but at the same time, they're not the durability issues that the people expected him to have. Because he's proven that he can at least take a hit.
And Kyler is much of a change over Mariota. Yes.
Oh, for sure.
Mariota is not the Mariota he was when he got drafted. Like when Mariota got drafted, he could run and he could do a lot of things differently than he does now, but he's at 33, 34 years old now. Like, yes, he can run, but when he runs, it's because the play breaks down and he's just trying to get out of the pocket. When he was drafted, he had design runs, he had read options, he had all that stuff as part of his arsenal.
Yeah, no, Kyler is far more athletic, especially at this point.
How old is Kyler? I know probably about mid-20s, I'm imagining. At this point.
I think he's 27.
Yeah, I think he's late 20s now.
27, 28.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't think it happens, obviously, but
what does everybody think the next domino to fall is going to be today?
You know, so that's where I look at our team. You know, the Seahawks have some needs. Obviously, we got to see what Jones' knee injury is from last Sunday night's game to see whether or not they need to fill that linebacker spot, right? Like if he's going to be out for a week or two, they probably don't make a move. But if he's going to miss any kind of significant time, and we're supposed to find out for sure, I think today, what the injury really is. So at least they're going to find out before the trade deadline, since that's today as well.
Yeah.
What time does it expire, Bo?
3 o'clock or 4 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock.
Exactly.
You'll still have trades going through until about 5 or 6. Just they all have to be submitted to the league office by 4 o'clock Eastern. But then there's always like the fine details. Like if the Cowboys, for example, said, "Oh, we want to trade this person to the Ravens for this player and picks," as long as they have the players that have been agreed upon at the trade, that gets sent into the office, but then they have like a couple hours to figure out like what picks they're going to send back Dallas's way, because that's the least important of the part of the trade.
Yeah, it basically it has to be formally submitted by 4, and then it has to be inked today.
Yeah.
So,
but you'll still have trades probably going up until about 6 o'clock Eastern before everything is done.
There you go. He's 28. Yeah. So, I mean, for our team, you know, obviously if Jones is going to miss some time, maybe going and grabbing another linebacker would make sense. The biggest one for me is, especially because there's some teams that really should be sellers today.
Right.
Teams like the Titans, you know, stuff like that. I'd love to see us go get an offensive guard so that we can rotate Anthony Bradford, because he's been such a liability this year. And, you know, he's gotten a little bit better as far as penalties, you know, because he's had a lot of penalties over the first couple of years of his career. But his skill set hasn't really gotten better. And unfortunately, I put together a low light video of him just missing blocks, and not like missing him like, oh, you like edged him or something, like straight up just whiff, not anywhere near a guy. Or, you know, he's gotten where he'll like buddy up on a guy in pass blocking, which works in pass blocking, by the way. But when it comes to, you know, creating rush lanes, if you whiff, that means there's a defender in that rush lane. That's a problem. And, you know, he's had a lot of that this year. So he's still young enough that I don't necessarily want to see him get cut.
Right.
But if we could get somebody that could like rotate through with him so that maybe, I don't know, like, again, you just don't want to give up on the guy too soon, but this year ain't his year. So I wouldn't mind seeing a guard that is a little more stable. And there's some teams, again, that are out there that their seasons are done. They might be kind of reloading and, have a decent guard. Because, again, Bradford is, if you look at his ratings, is not great. So it's not like you're trying to go get a, world beater out there. You're just trying to get somebody that can actually hit a guy that's in a different colored jersey.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Seems basic. And then on top of it, it makes you know that our depth isn't great because he's not losing any snaps, despite the fact that he's missing these opportunities. And if we're watching it on tape, they're watching it on tape. So if he's still your best option, it means we have a depth issue also. So, going and grabbing a guard would be huge.
Yeah, I would love to have your issues over there, Bo. With the Cowboys, we just need help everywhere.
Hey, just go get anybody.
Everywhere. I don't have to have the top ranked defense. I just need, somewhere in 6th or 7th ranked. I would be okay with that. It's much better than being last.
You don't even need a defense. You don't even need a defense that high. If your defense was between 18 and 20, you would win more games than you would lose because of how good that offense is.
Not yesterday.
Yeah, not yesterday. That's for sure.
Well, not yesterday, but I'm saying in general, like if the Cowboys are going to score 30, 32 points a game, like their defense, if they're giving up 24, 25, that's not ideal. But like 24 points and you're scoring 32, you're going to win every game. So as long as your defense can periodically make a stop, the Cowboys would be better off. The problem is the Cowboys cannot even periodically make a stop.
Yeah, you can say that same thing for the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals actually more so.
We knew that going into the season that the Bengals defense was horrible. I don't think a lot of people thought the Cowboys defense was going to be bad, but I don't think people thought the Cowboys defense was going to be as bad as it is this year.
Well, I didn't have them worse than the Bengals.
Yeah, like
so
I think I'll
give you that.
Yeah,
I had them as a bottom quarter of the league.
Like Matt
Eberflus, didn't have them like dead last.
Matt Eberflus is a decent defensive coordinator, but his biggest issue, even when he was a defensive coordinator with the Colts, is his defensive style is always a bend, not break defense. Like even when he was with the Colts, I think the Colts were 11th in points allowed per game.
Except in Dallas, he's bend and break.
Well, no, but I'm saying like when he was
but that's the thing, right? So we got Kenny Clark in the trade, which is great, help with the run defense. The problem is when we let go of Micah Parsons, that was our damn identity.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's gone. So Dallas has zero identity. I don't even recognize. There's zero pass. I think Jadeveon Clowney has like 1 sack, and that's your highlight guy. So that just tells you everything you need to know.
If you are reliant on Clowney to be your guy, your defense is terrible. Because
I think they brought Clowney in to help out. They didn't realize, I think when Parsons left, there was nobody. See, he became it at that point. Instead of a helper, he became all of it, and that's where we're screwed.
Well, and that's the problem, is he's never lived up to the hype coming out of college. Like he has a couple of games a year where he flashes, and the rest of the time you forget he's on the roster. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, we still have Clowney. And that's been every stop. He'll have like a game or two a year where you're like, you see a flash, he'll have a couple of sacks, and he'll disrupt some plays. And then he'll have the next 5 games where you won't hear his name at all.
That's why I believe the combine is such BS, because when he went to that combine, he looked like a damn freak in nature the way he was performing at the combine. But then when he goes to the actual team and actually get put onto the field, all those freakish skills that you showed at the combine, they didn't carry over. They just stayed on that damn field, it seems like.
If you're drafting somebody based on the combine or a pro day and you're just ignoring tape, that's on you.
I agree 100%. That's why I feel like the combine, they put so much pressure on that, but it's like, oh, he didn't want to do the combine, or he did this, that. But like you said, if you're putting everything on that one thing, then you're missing the whole enchilada.
That's exactly what happened with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like he was a 3rd round talent that went 4th overall because of an 80-yard bomb in a pro day. Like that shouldn't happen, because that is you looking at all of the film from him playing, which actually wasn't even a ton, And
1 year as a starter, and he had 3 good games out of 12, 6 average games, and 3 horrible games.
yeah, and then before that, I think he subbed in a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I mean, like he didn't have a lot of tape, and the tape he did have wasn't great. He was good at a long ball.
48% completion percentage in his 1 year as a starter. That alone should have been a red flag. Like, yeah, he's not ready.
Not just that, where it really became a problem is where his low percentage came from, because he was actually decent at a long ball, but he couldn't hit anything inside of 20 yards.
Because he had no touch.
Well, no, but the problem with that is where 90% of your offense happens.
Exactly.
Is within 20 yards. You get a couple of shots downfield a game and that's it. Otherwise, you got to be close. And where he's inaccurate is close. That's a problem.
Let me ask you this. So Spence is saying in the comments, where does Myles Garrett go if the Browns were to trade him?
Yeah,
but I don't see that happening. I don't think they would ever trade him.
The Browns can't afford to trade him because he is literally the only player on – the Browns are a horrible football team, but he is the only player on that team that even can keep the Browns competitive in some of their games, just because he can dictate the line of scrimmage and basically turn a game on its head when he can get after the quarterback. You take him off of that team, they have absolutely nothing.
But if they did trade him and could get picks for it, would that not help them to rebuild that defense a little bit more? Because where are they really going to go with the Browns anyway? That's not that the Browns are going to be competitive, I don't think, for a little bit.
The Browns have a good defense there. I mean, they have Mason Graham, who they drafted in the first round this year as a defensive tackle. They have good linebackers. They have a good secondary. The defense isn't the Browns' problem. It's the Browns' offense has nothing besides Trevion Henderson.
Right.
That is literally all they have.
Because I feel like if in the Super Time with the Cowboys and how bad they are, I feel like in the loss of the identity, I feel like if we could get a guy like a Myles Garrett, put him on that O-line or that defensive line, that would give us a little bit. But Pags is shaking his head no.
He's not going anywhere. They just paid
him.
No,
I'm not saying he is.
So here's the top deal for him on the table that they said that they're considering, but it's just a slight consideration. The Eagles have offered 2 first-round picks, a 4th-round pick next year. So a first-round pick next year and a 4th, 1 the following year, and Jalix Hunt for Myles Garrett.
Yes, I meant Quinshawn Judkins too, not Trevion Henderson. Henderson's with the Patriots. I meant Judkins. But that would be a good deal for the Browns to make. I just think ultimately
they won't.
They won't, but ultimately they just have to get rid of Deshaun Watson. Once Watson is off that team, it's going to give that team a lot more flexibility to make more moves.
So the thing is you don't even necessarily have to do that. That's why they restructured. He isn't as big of a financial burden moving forward. And Bobby in the comments can attest to this. They just restructured his deal so that his per year cap hit actually isn't that bad. Like they could go get somebody if they wanted to because of the way they restructured. So that isn't even the thing holding them back anymore. They need a lot of things.
Let me ask one question. When Deshaun Watson is done and he's done with the Browns, is he done, period? Or do you think a team will take a flyer?
I mean, Jay, we're at 2 years now since he's thrown a competitive pass in the NFL.
Well, and not only that, but when he did, he had a couple of good games.
Yeah.
He's also been injury prone while he's been in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Prior to that, he missed 2 seasons also. So, I mean, he just hasn't played a lot of football in the last 5 years.
He may get a contract, but it will be a backup contract. I don't see him.
I guess that's what I was hitting at. Do you think he would get a contract period, whether it be reserve or?
I wouldn't bring the chaos to my team if I was GM.
I think he will just because he's 30. Like, I think somebody will sign him to either the practice squad or someone will bring him into camp over next summer.
What have you seen on tape over the last 5 years that makes you think you even want to take a flyer on him? I'd take Zach Wilson over him at this point.
No, I would too, but I'm just saying we've seen how stupid teams are when it comes to some of the backup quarterbacks they're taking. Like, I still think somebody would bring him in.
So he's not going anywhere because it's only dysfunctional teams that are going to keep him.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be the Browns or the Jets or you know what? I take that back. I could see the Jets going after him.
Exactly.
I just said the Jets can the Jets will do dumb stuff. So you know what? The Jets might go after him.
Like I could see him signing like a $2.5, $3 million deal, whatever the veterans minimum is for quarterbacks at this point, and basically just have it be like a training camp signing. You bring him in, you let him compete with a couple other quarterbacks. If he wins the job, so be it. If he doesn't, you're not on the hook for a lot of money.
I mean, he won't win the job.
No, but I think he'll get one more shot. Not as a starter, but I think he'll get one more contract as like a 1-year deal, see what happens. And if nothing happens out of that, then it's probably UFL at that point, because that's literally probably the only way he'll be able to play.
See,
no chance, Joe. He's got a better chance of being a quarterback in Italy.
Oh yeah, that is definitely not happening. And this is exactly why I don't think Garrett's going anywhere. Is it would cost him too much. Like that would severely hurt the team because he just signed his big deal. So even though there's trade talks, like it would destroy this team financially. Now the Browns have a history of doing it, so I'm not saying that it's a 0% chance, but the odds are pretty low.
Right. Wow. Just like curious, how many more years does Deshaun even have left on that contract of his?
Well, they just restructured it, so I think there's
like
4.
Now he's got like 12.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing, right? Is they stretched it out, so I think he has like 4. And Bobby, since you're watching, maybe you can, give us the right number there. But I thought it was 4 because of the way they restructured it to lower the cap hit.
When you get to the level of where he is, though, do you even go to the facility anymore, or do you just stay home and collect?
I think he has to go to the facility.
Does he have to? I mean, because they're not doing anything with him.
Well,
I mean, he's got the doctors
he's still
and stuff.
rehabbing.
Yeah, like I think he has to go to the facility still.
Well, and I think they want him to anyway, because when he was left to his own devices, he hurt himself again. So
right.
He had a huge.
If he goes to the facility, it keeps him out of massage parlors, and it keeps him from hurting himself playing basketball.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that he was just out there doing something dumb while rehabbing and hurt himself again, and basically knocked himself another year out.
Yeah,
that's just the dumbest in the world.
What's interesting is I'm looking at the best and the worst defenses in the league.
Okay, yeah, so it is 4. It is 4. Yeah, because there's the 2 dead years, but that's to stretch the money out.
Right.
So.
Right.
I thought I remembered that right. So.
The best defense in the league right now is the Houston Texans.
Interesting.
At least by scoring defense, like in terms of how much points they've given up. Second being the Rams. Worst defense in the league right now in terms of scoring in general, obviously it's the Bengals.
No question.
Oh, the Bengals are, yeah.
Number 2, the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Wow. I actually thought we were dead last. I'm surprised that the Bengals.
The
Bengals have given up 300 points. The Cowboys have given up 277. There's only one team that's even scored over 277 points. That is the Indianapolis Colts, who have scored 290 points. Everybody else is not even close to 277 yet.
Yeah. No, the Bengals' ability to give up points is amazing. Like, they are so bad.
Well, let's see. Now we just brought in the captain of said defense, so maybe we can actually get that designated of last. Just, I don't know.
No way. Not the way the Bengals are playing defense.
No.
Like, if you touch the ball, you score against the Bengals.
The Bengals don't know what defense means. Like, they have a dictionary and an encyclopedia in their coaching office, but the word defense is for some reason not in either one of those books.
Yeah, in fact, at this point, to let you know how old school it is, it's the Encyclopedia Britannica hanging out.
Yeah. Like, defense is not it. Like, the word defense is not in there for some reason. It says let them score.
They're just missing the entire book. Yeah, no, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. And if you're a Bengals fan, you got to be mad. And now you're seeing their offense, their frustration starting to boil over, right? Because, I mean, in the last 2 minutes, they score twice, and they still can't get a stop on defense. Jamar Chase comes out, and, really, like, half of their offense is just like, yeah, you got to get a stop there, right? So I don't know. This thing seems like it's going to get toxic in a hurry now moving forward.
By the way, Joe, Delta Circle actually has a song called Hold My Beer, and it was based on the Cowboys. So that might be their new theme song. So just be patient. More to come on that.
Yeah.
Man, I never thought we'd see the guys. I never thought we'd see the Cowboys defense this bad. I mean, we've had some lean years, but damn, son.
Well, especially when you look at the fact that you still have some star power on that defense, but they're just out of position all the time.
I was going to ask you, is that a players thing that you think, or is it Eberflus thing?
So yes,
where we are.
That is both things. So some of it's coaching for sure, scheme, right? At the same time, regardless of what the scheme is, your underlying scheme isn't that different coach to coach, right? So maybe there's wrinkles that change, whatever. You should never have a guy that's so open. There's not a defender on the screen.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I've said that forever.
That means you're at least 15 yards away. So in that scenario, that's where it becomes on the player. Because again, I don't care what the scheme is. You can't just leave entire sections of the field open. So
and that is not just an Eberflus thing. That goes back to Dan Quinn.
Exactly.
Even when the Cowboys were in the playoffs, remember how bad we were getting beaten? They were like nobody around them in the end zone.
Well, and that's my point. That's my point. Is it's not only coaching because you've had different coaches. And
right. I agree.
So this is where you have an issue with coaching, obviously, like that it always plays a factor. But then like the players got to recognize when a play starts to break down, it's like, hey, you know what? We're overloaded in this spot and we're leaving 40 yards open on this other side. And there's a couple of guys there. I should probably at least float that direction. So that's where it falls on the players.
Yeah.
But
I love it, though. I love watching the Cowboys stink.
Well, I mean,
don't worry, Pags. Back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, we loved watching you guys suck ass. So,
so how much did you watch in the early 70s?
Let's see. I was born in 72. Became a Cowboy.
So was I. You don't remember anything.
Right. Maybe 79.
79, we were good.
Yeah.
Hey, at this point, Pags, I'm ready to just do like Dick Vermeil and have open tryouts, and let's just see if we get the next Vince Papale.
I mean,
I'm at that point.
It wouldn't hurt your defense currently.
It wouldn't. That's the sad part.
And yeah, Donna, you're right. Like coaching can only do so much. At some point, the players got to play. So, and there's plenty of times that you'll have a defensive play call, and then the way that the offense moves around, you'll make changes on the back end. So maybe some of that is communication. Maybe it's your middle linebacker not doing what it is they need to do as far as calling it out. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that happen on the field, but they're just consistently bad. And so you have to blame that on the entire unit, coaching down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I like it. I love the fact that he's still trying to stay with them right now. That's even perfect. Ask him how them boys are.
They're terrible. And we watched that last night. And
the thing about it is like we've been through 30 years now, I think, of this situation. And then people say, hey, Jay, you know what? We got fans over here. You can come join our team. The point is, I can't. I've been with them for so long that if I was to go and be a fan of another team, that's like all that heartache for nothing. No, I'm staying with it. At some point before I'm dead, I pray Jerry goes before I go. And maybe we'll get a good, competent team on the field. Maybe get one more Super Bowl before I go into the dirt. So I can't at this point. I have too much invested in this.
I like that Jay likes the Cowboys and he can't quit them.
You can't quit at this point.
I can't quit you.
Oh man.
I never saw the movie, but I think I saw that.
Yeah, everybody's seen that meme, right? Yeah. Not, and then like on our end, obviously the Hawks are playing well and they were beating up on Washington. Do you think Dan Quinn deserves the heat that he's getting for Daniels getting hurt? Like, obviously you don't think that his arm's going to spin backwards, but, you're down 31-7 with 7 minutes to go. You probably don't need your starters out there.
He did take the blame for it. He does deserve a ton of blame for it because who's to say that next time, there probably won't be a next time in this situation, but let's just say it would have been the ACL and not the elbow.
Well, no, I mean, anything can happen, or you can make it through the game unscathed. Like all of that can be true. So it's
you already know that your quarterback has been banged up all year. He's been dealing with a knee injury the last couple of weeks. You're down 31-7. There's no reason why he should be out there risking that knee to get any worse than what it already is, even though that's not the injury that's going to knock him out. It's an elbow. But, like, knowing that he hasn't been healthy and that knee hasn't been healthy for a month now, there's no reason for him to be out there at 31-7.
Well, and that's where my thing was. It's like, dude was already banged up. He's been coming back from a hamstring issue, and you know that those have a tendency to reemerge anyway. I would have pulled him out. I mean, if you're down a couple of scores, there's still plenty of time. But when you're down 31-7, it's a wrap, right? Like, just understand this is probably an L. Pack up your toys. Live to play another day, right? And obviously, that's when Darnold came out as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Darnold would have came out in that scenario either until Jaden Daniels got hurt.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
I'm assuming. Do you think Jaden Daniels is? I'm assuming he's done for the year. I don't think he's coming back.
Well, it's a minimum 8 weeks.
Yeah,
so
he's
at 8 weeks. You're through December already, and the Commanders probably aren't making the playoffs, so he'll be done. They'll probably IR him once the MRI results are announced, anyways.
Yeah, even if it's best case scenario where it's just dislocated, nothing tore, anything like that, you're still 4 to 6.
Yeah,
your season's over.
Yeah, so they'll just IR him and just be, nope, you're done.
And
I think I just said that that Jerry's going to have to die before, or at least be replaced before that. I wonder what Steven's going to do. I don't know enough about Steven to know. I know he's doing right now what he's doing, but I think he's doing what he's doing right now to appease his dad because he doesn't want to piss his dad off when he wants to get control of the team. So I'm wondering if when he gets control of the team, if he will kind of do like what the Ursays do, and really put some sound investment, get a GM, get a better coach, really put more into the team than what Jerry. I'm hoping to have a different approach to it.
No.
You don't think he will? No, seriously. I mean, I can see him doing it right now, placating his dad because he doesn't want to piss his dad off.
Nah,
in a lab right now, they're growing a new Jerry Jones so that they can take his mind and put it into the new avatar, and he could be a younger version of the same old.
He will be RoboCop.
They're making another Jerry Jones just like they made those dinosaurs in Jurassic World. They have his
Palpatine says it must be true.
Yeah, no, it's Stephen Jones has shown that he does a lot of the similar things that his dad does. So
do you think Stephen wouldn't hire a GM then?
Well, he might, but I mean,
even if he does, he's still going to oversee the GM anyway. So it's going to be like Stephen Jones is going to be running the team, even though there's a GM in place.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing is I think he might get a GM, but I think he's still going to overpower him because that's what he was taught to do. Right? Like we all make decisions on things we've learned. He's just spent his entire life with Jerry Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So at the end of the day, there's going to be so much his dad does that influences what he does. Even if he's like, oh, I'm going to do things differently. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's cute. You think that, but you have 50 years of programming that says you're probably going to slip back into that.
So you think that he wants to top a coach like Jerry that would be a yes man to Jerry? Like, do you think he's going to go down that same path, or do you think he might actually bring in a qualified coach to do the job?
I think he actually does the almost identical path that Jerry Jones does, where when he first takes it over, he's going to get a guy, right? He's going to get a guy that can coach. And then he's going to realize that coach isn't going to listen to him all the time. And then he's going to switch over to the yes man, where you guys will do nothing for 40 years. So it's you better hope that transition happens and they get a Jimmy Johnson, because that'll be the only chance you get with Stephen Jones.
Yep.
Oh man.
I know you're so excited, Jay.
Well, no, what it means is in the next decade, there's a chance that you might actually get a Super Bowl opportunity. I'm not going to say you win one, but you at least get the opportunity before Stephen Jones chases out whatever good coach he gets in there for a minute.
The real question is, do the Cowboys make it back to the Super Bowl before every other NFL team says they can play in one? Because you have like the Lions, the Texans, the Jags, and some of these teams that haven't made a Super Bowl yet. Do all those teams that have never made a Super Bowl get to the Super Bowl at least once before the Cowboys get back?
I think
the Jags are the tough one to say. I think the Texans are trending the right direction. I think the Lions are really close.
Yeah.
I think those are the only three teams that haven't made the Super Bowl, are just those three.
So the Lions' biggest problem are the Eagles. Maybe the Rams. But when you think about that, it's like, you think about how things are going to go. Yeah, you could say the Seahawks, but that's going to come down to
historically they just lose to us.
Yeah,
right. But that being said, I'm saying that when it comes to the playoffs, it's like that number one seed is going to be a big, big, big deal this year.
Yeah.
Because I think that you are, as a wild card, you're going to have a tough matchup.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, like the Lions' biggest issue is the Eagles. I think the Texans and the Jags' biggest issue is Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes is in the playoffs, it's very difficult for any team in the AFC to get to the Super Bowl. So where like a team like the Texans or the Jags to actually get there, Patrick Mahomes has to be hurt, or the Chiefs have to miss the playoffs, I think. Because as long as he's there, it's going to be very difficult for any of these other AFC teams to get there.
Hey, what's the show that came out where these two guys go and they grab the Boston Celtics guy and they kidnap him and they run away? You know the show I'm talking? I can't remember the name of that damn show. No, you know the one. I think Justin, you should know the one I'm talking about, right?
Why me?
Hold on, I got it. I'll find it. But anyway,
you're looking at home video. Like, what are you doing?
Like, is this what you watch on your Ring doorbell cam?
But that's kind of like when they stole Dan Marino before he played in the Super Bowl. I think that movie was Ace Ventura.
Great movie, though.
There was a Boston Celtics, and they didn't want him to be in the game, so they wound up kidding. I'll find it because I feel like that's what we need to do with Jerry Jones. I can't say that on the air. No, nobody do that.
Oh, no. That was like KG, right? They kidnapped KG.
Yeah,
and they're gambling and stuff like that.
Yes,
it's got Adam Sandler in it.
I believe. I think so.
Hustle?
No, not Hustle. It was. But it was Adam Sandler.
The Diamond movie, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, correct.
Okay.
That's what I think of. I think about how he's like. I don't know that they kidnapped him, but
look at us. It only took 4 of us to figure out a movie. This is
no,
why we Google.
The name of the movie is called Celtic Pride. Celtic Pride. That was it. Was 1996 comedy Celtic Pride is about the observation of Boston Celtics fans who kidnapped the opposing team star player Lewis Scott, which is Damon Wayans, to ensure their team wins a championship. Anyway, the long skinny of it is sometimes you just got to do Celtics Pride. Just do a Celtics Pride. But just do it to your own team. Don't do it to the opposite. Do it to your own team.
Uncut Gems was a good movie.
So that being said, on behalf of the show, we don't endorse kidnapping
or any physical harm to our team's owners.
This show is in the comments of Jay McLovin for only entertainment value, not to be taken seriously, only for entertainment value. Okay.
This show does not represent the thoughts of Jay McLovin.
Nor does Jay McLovin represent the thoughts of Jay McLovin.
Why do I feel like I have to have a disclaimer of don't sue the show like every day?
Or just have like one of those like scrolling timers on the bottom that just says something like that. Like
it's like one of those workplace accident cards, and it's always at 0. Like days since the last accident. Well, Jay was on today, so 0.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. We have like. So for my night job, we have like those days safe, like we have those days safe banners or whatever. And we were at like 997 days without an accident.
And won't be here tomorrow.
And somebody dropped a pallet of paint on their foot yesterday. So that 997.
Now you're back down to 0.
Almost made it.
So close. So damn close.
It's the old guy with the dollar. Almost had it.
Almost 1,000 days.
Oh, you almost had
it. Man.
So, Bo, did you ever look up the Ja Morant stuff?
Yeah. So I took a peek at it. He just doesn't seem like he wants to be there.
He doesn't seem like he wants to play basketball.
I mean, he hasn't seemed like he wanted to play basketball in years, but I mean, he's more interested in pretending like he's hard than actually doing anything useful. Mm-hmm. Obviously, everybody knows about his gun issues where he had a couple of them going live on Instagram. Mm-hmm. But this time, now he just doesn't look like he's even giving effort.
Nope.
Now, I don't know if that's a Grizzly thing or if he's just done with basketball in general, but
I mean, if you heard his comments after the game last night, it does sound like maybe he's not done in general, but it sounds like he's ready to kind of take some time off to reassess if he even wants to play anymore. Because they asked him last night after his suspension, they're like, "You played better tonight," but they're like, "You still don't look like the Ja Morant of old. Do you ever see yourself getting back to the player you were?" He's like, "I'm just not having fun anymore. I don't know if I'm ever going to have fun playing basketball anymore." So if you're saying that,
you're a star player.
I mean, if you're 26 years old and you're already saying that, that's not a good sign that you're going to be in this league too long. If you're already saying I'm not having fun playing basketball anymore.
Well, and then needs to be a free agent, test out the market, and see if he finds a better solution that would bring him happiness.
No, knowing the headaches that he's already brought, the Instagram stuff, all the stuff that he's already done. I don't see anyone taking on that headache.
If he was cheap enough.
If he was cheap enough, yeah, but he's going to be looking for a lot of money because when he has actually given effort and actually has played, he's a hell of a player. But that's the thing, like you get that effort out of him 82 games out of the year.
Well, I mean, you're definitely not going to get that. But, that comes down to, is he willing to play basketball? Because if he is, he's going to have to take a lesser deal because his off the field stuff, or off the court, I should say, overshadows his abilities. Mm-hmm. So at this point, if he wants to have a resurgence, he's going to have to accept the fact that he's going to make less money to prove that he should still be in the league. Because what we've seen now is not only is your mentality off, but now you're playing so poorly that we can get what you're producing out of a bench guy.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm especially on basketball, I'm pretty happy with so far with the play of the Rockets. We're on a 4-game win streak right now. KD seems to be fitting with the team pretty nicely, and we're rolling, man. I mean, again, we played a few handful of teams, but I like the product that we're putting on the floor. Yeah, I think we've been averaging close to over 20 points just off of our bench play.
I can tell you what, Pegs and I are happy with the product our team has put on the court this season so far.
My Sonics are still undefeated.
We play each other tonight too, Pegs.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I got a buddy of mine who's going to be at the game, so it'll be interesting to see how that works, how that plays out.
Real quick, I was just teasing when I put the picture of that guy that I said was your brother, but is he like another Phillies like super fan as well?
Yeah, his name's Drew. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine.
And he also is a super fan. Like, does he go to all the games?
He's a super fan. He goes to all the home games. I tell you, what he is better known for is the other green that he happens to have all around him most of the time. And I tell you, he has a tremendous amount of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's too bad.
He's got big trash bags full of green stuff.
Well, that's too bad.
And you're gonna be there soon, Bags. A few more. You keep doing the route you're going. Your day is coming. I have a good.
Oh, hold on. I'm not talking about green bags of money. That's a whole different type of green.
No, he's talking about jealousy, envy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I feel like that was a pretty easy bridge to cross, but
yeah, I don't know how we got to the money side of that.
Right? He would have just said money. he was trying to like low key be, respectful.
He was trying to set it up. He was trying to set it up. Jay, he tried to set that on. He tried to set that on a tee for you, and you still whiffed.
Right. I think you hit the tee, so the ball went backwards.
Right.
I feel like if he would just go back to the white damn chair, I would be much better off. I think it's the chair that's messing me up. Palpatine, you got to get the white chair back. If I got to come to your damn house and spray paint that damn thing white, I need it back.
And on that note, we're done.
I feel like because you bring it up every day is never going to happen, even if he still owned the chair. That being said, that does get us to the top of the hour. If you've been watching along, be sure to like and subscribe. Helps us bring our stuff to you. Otherwise, we are going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everybody.
Peace.